Hi YouTube, my name is John Wiseman and this is Johnny Reacts. Now I'm about to react to the next documentary, which is about Kanami, the very talented lead guitarist. Now, these documentaries are done by a French guy called Ohrenje. Now, if you haven't done it already, go to his channel, like all his videos, and give him a subscribe. He definitely deserves it. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on. Let's get on with it.
Welcome to Kanagawa Prefecture in the Tokyo area, a mixture of heavily urbanized areas, farmlands, and mountains, punctuated by the tourist destinations of Kamakura, Enoshima, and Hakone. Its capital, Yokohama, is the second biggest city in Japan and a port city.
When I first came to Japan, I lived in a place called Yokosuka, which is very close to Yokohama. And you got Yokohama kind of above Yokosuka, and then to the side you've got Kamakura. Kamakura is a beautiful place. It's like a mini Kyoto. So if you ever come to Japan and go to Tokyo, it's very easy to get to Kamakura from there. Very beautiful place. And I've worked and been all around Yokohama. It's a brilliant place.
Well known all over the world. Kanami was born in this prefecture near Yokohama on September 28th, being the youngest child of her family with an older brother and sister. As both of her siblings were already learning piano, Kanami's mother asked her to learn piano as well, but she also liked to borrow and play with her brother's airsoft gun. Her
That's
parents
really
wanted
popular
Kanami
in
to try
Japan,
various
airsoft.
activities like ballet, calligraphy, and English, to name a few. Over the years, Kanami continued to learn piano as she has a natural talent for it and really loves playing. A passion that she shared multiple times on social media.
Kind of gives me anime vibes. And when I mean anime, I don't mean in a bad way. I like anime music for anime.
Kanami confessed that from her childhood to her junior high school years, she only listened to classical music and was very influenced by Chopin.
This is an interesting point. I've spoken to many people that are involved in metal music, and many of them said that they get their inspiration from classical music. I had a good friend of mine who was in a band, and he said that like where he started off was classical music, and he always goes back to listen to classical music. Gives him kind of inspiration. Interesting.
Kanami plays piano for the introduction of the song Start Over. She also performed the introduction of Daydreaming on piano live multiple times.
Funny person.
In her interviews, Kanami describes herself as tenin in Japanese, which is translated as natural funny man. Tenin literally means nature or natural. The word has been shortened from tenin bokeh. In Japan, there is a traditional comedy act known as manzai, where the humor comes from the interaction between a straight man and a funny man, not unlike the double act comedy in the West with Laurel and Hardy, for example, or
That
Abbott and
is
Costello.
very popular in Japan.
The funny man being the comic character as opposed to the straight man in this comedy duo.
メンバークイズ出題してくれるのは誰だっぽ？あいよみーちゃんまたからみどうぞじゃあみーちゃんクイズ教えてっぽ
はい私の野望についてです。一つがさいちゃんと結婚すること、そしてもう一つは
待って、さらっと野望がね、さいちゃんと結婚することってさらっと言ったっぽね。
さて、
さあ、みんちょのマイブームは何ですかっぽ？
はい、みんちょのマイブームは、ミサしか見れないインスタのアカウントをやってるんですけど、自分がミサ限定なの。ミサしか見れないからフォロワーもミサしかいない。なんで？それでご飯を作ったら、そこに載せて、で偉いって書いたりしたらミサが偉いねってコメント。LINE でやれ。
どうしてインスタに作ったっぽ？
こうやってね、ご飯作ったの並んでいくじゃん。でそれでちゃんと手料理を作るっていうモチベーションを上げるためにやっております。素敵なマイブームだね。ありがとう。
なんでミサ一人なんだっぽ？ミサが先生なの？
ミサはね、偉いねって褒めてくれる。
褒めてくれるからミサを選んだ。なるほどね。絶対ミサちゃんだったらいいねってしてくれるからってこと？はい。でそれをさいちゃんには見せないと？
見てくれる？
あ。じゃあミサちゃんこれからも頑張ってください。
全員いいねしてるから。
全員いいね。
In Kanami's case, her funny talk is not deliberate, but natural. It's like that friend you have who is smart, but naturally strange in a funny way, if
I
that
had a
makes
friend
sense.
like that.
ありがとうございました。
面接じゃないんですよ。本当に。
Saiki and Miku talked about Kanami during an episode of the radio show Band-Maid Nippon.
まずはじゃあギターのかなみちゃん。
はい。
かなみちゃんもねちょっと
なんで
とても不思議な感じなんですよ。なんだろう、小鳩が多分一番バンドメイドでやばいって
思われ
てるんですけど、かなみちゃんもなかなかだと小鳩は思うぽ。
それは同感です。
ね、同感でしょぽ。
なんかね、かなみちゃんはあれなんだよね。二面性があるっていう
そうだぽね。
言い方していいの？
なんか普段は本当にふわふわしてて、すごくなんだろう、ほんわかしたね、お嬢様みたいな、
お姫様みたい。
あ、そうだっぱね。
おとぎの国のお姫様みたいな。
眠ってそう。
あ、そう、眠り姫っぽい。なんかおしとやかなお姫様って感じなんですけど、
なんか小鳥たちとかと遊んでそうなイメージだ。森の中で。
There was also a moment during the US tour in 2022 where Kanami introduced herself for the second time when the crowd was calling her name. In senior high school, Kanami
cool.
joined a popular music club as a keyboardist, but started to learn guitar a few months later after watching a senior classmate play. Kanami wanted to play guitar to look cool in the eyes of the other girls. And it worked.
ギターを弾いてるかなみ先輩ってかっこいいよねって言ってもらえるようになって、それが気持ちよくてずっとギターを弾いてました。
This is the beginning of Kanami's journey as a guitarist. She started to learn the basics by herself without any knowledge or even a band to practice with. At one point,
She's
a
a talented
third-year
girl.
senior who taught her guitar asked Kanami to join his band composed of classmates. The members gave Kanami songs to learn from bands like Kiss, Metallica, and Deep Purple.
Ooh.
But the first song she had to learn was However by Glay. As she was covering more and more songs from Western hard rock bands, Kanami had so much fun that she decided to create her own one-person band, filling all the roles herself. Kanami was not really into
Wow.
the idea of joining as a band, as it's difficult to find one where all the members have the same level of motivation and the same ambitions.
The
This is
problem with
why
my band.
Kanami started to learn programming, and write her own songs so she wouldn't have to rely on a band.
Wow.
Kanami wanted to enroll in a university of music, but she finally followed her parents' wishes and went to a regular university where she studied economics and management to learn how to promote herself as a professional musician.
Good idea.
Even
it's funny, like, you've got many students that I teach at the schools I teach in that kind of are very talented, but they're not forced, but you know that they're being kind of coerced into staying away from these types of jobs because, you know, it's only a small minority of people make a success like this. And I guess that's also a way of kind of not getting rid of the people who have... You need to have 100% commitment to be a success, like in a band or in this kind of environment. So, like, parents kind of know this and kind of push their child into jobs that are, you know, I've got what they think is more of a future in. I guess that's the same all the way around the world, but I think I've noticed it more since I've come to Japan.
Even though she was still a student, Kanami worked hard to polish her skills and find her way through the music industry. She built a soundproof room and took singing lessons, even though she didn't really like to sing. Kanami also posted a lot of covers on YouTube and Nico Nico, until one day, someone finally contacted her. Kanami's hard work paid off as she was contacted to join a female rock band.
を最初に見つけて、ね、で見つけてもらって声かけてもらって、どこで見つけるの？ネットで動画をやっぱ弾いてみたみたいな上げてて、そこからで私がもともとはシンガーソングライターを弾き語りでこう歌いますみたいなやってたんですけど、バンドじゃなくて。
She met with the management who explained the concept and played songs made for the band. For the maid outfits, Kanami had already performed in one during a school culture festival, so it was not a problem for her as she really liked the concept. As for the songs, she found that they were cool, so she immediately said yes. Plus, she always wanted to be a lead guitarist and work with a female lead singer without having to sing. From this moment, Kanami was the first member to join Band-Maid.
So cool learning about them. I love how she plays. She's so cool.
At the beginning, the songs performed by Band-Maid were sent by external songwriters and selected by the members. After listening to the A-side of Band-Maid's first single called Ai to Jonetsu no Matadoru, we can imagine that Kanami mentioned her love for Santana, a famous Mexican guitarist, singer, and songwriter. She found Santana thanks to her father's vinyl collection, as he listened mostly to rock from the 70s and the 80s. Kanami was still a novice in songwriting, but she continued to submit her songs anyway. Although it was really hard for her to keep writing all those songs that were never approved. Thankfully, Kanami had the support of Saiki, who encouraged her to continue to write more and more. While performing the songs provided by the songwriters, Kanami kept on learning and improving until her determination was finally rewarded when, 2 years after their formation, the first ever song written and arranged by Band-Maid was released.
Feel emotional, why?
Kanami is the kind of person who has to compose all the time. She loves to create new songs and takes requests from the other members when they have an idea. It's even easier for Kanami this way as she doesn't have to start from scratch. When she does, Kanami uses a riff or a melody, writes around it, and sends each part to each member, starting with Misa. There are not a lot of directions for Misa to follow except when Kanami wants her to slap or stand out during a specific part of the song. Misa, being a very fast worker, gets her response to Kanami quickly, which means then Kanami can start programming the drums for Akane. At first, Kanami received a lot of feedback from Akane about the drums being impossible or requiring 5 arms, but with time, she improved her programming and wrote difficult but playable drums with the help of Akane. Let's take Black Hole, for example.
でもあそこは最初もっと難しかったんです。これは無理って言われて代わりに出してもらった別パターンを採用してます。辛口とか地獄とか名付けられたパターンも送ってもらったんですけど、確か地獄っていうパターンになったんだと思います。
Kanami wanted Black Hole to be the fastest song possible, but also chaotic, which makes it even harder for Akane. With Akane's drums locked in, Kanami can add the guitars and work with Saiki on the lead vocals. The first demo of a song is actually recorded on a piano by Kanami with her voice as the demo for the vocals, so the song might change completely when Saiki's voice is added. A part of this process was featured in the Band-Maid US Tour 2022 documentary.
It's so cool to find out this. And what a talented young lady. You know, there's very few people like her. There are, you know, okay, there's many, but you know what? But in the larger scheme of things, there's very few that are so talented that they can do multiple things. There's many people are talented playing the guitar or singing or drums. There's many people that are very, very talented at doing that. But there's very few people who are talented at pretty much anything they do and choose to do. And I get the impression if she chose to do something completely different, she would also excel in that as well. She's a very talented young lady.
Where we can see Kanami presenting her idea for Memorable to Saiki.
La 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 la
For backing vocals, Kanami proposes some of them, Miku and Saiki also propose some others, and finally, their vocal director sometimes gives advice during the recording sessions. The rhythm guitar is something Kanami adds at the end of her writing process. When Miku has to sing, her part is, of course, simplified, but Kanami doesn't think much about this when composing. Talking about Miku, Kanami's way of writing is totally different when she writes a song for Miku, like Sayonakadori. Even though Kanami adopts her writing to Miku's voice, she wants Miku to grow as a singer, so she is always trying to challenge her.
That's something else that I noticed with the drummer as well. She not only excels at things that she does herself, but she's got this ability to bring out the best in other people, like pushing the drummer, to go further. And even though she was at first maybe suggesting things that were just too difficult, through, she's just pushing her to do the best that she can. I think she's one in a million.
この最後は変えてほしいって小鳩に言われたので、ちょっと成長の意味も込めて変えたら、最初高くて出るかわかんないって言われちゃって、頑張れって。
Kanami has had a lot of different guitars over the years. She has used a Flying V, a Les Paul, and Strat-style guitars. Her first collaboration was with a Dictone, when Kanami was officially endorsed by the brand on May 21st, 2016.
Yes, guitar.
Kanami even had her own signature model, the Dictone Modern Series 2.8 Signature, in two colors, red and green. But there is one brand that we are used to seeing Kanami with for a few years now. Paul Reed Smith Guitars, or PRS. At the beginning of 2017, Kanami switched from a Dictone to PRS, which was not leaving her previous endorser in good terms with Band-Maid's management, who was accused of forcing Kanami to switch to PRS guitars. For the release of their first major album called Just Bring It, Band-Maid recorded the music video of Don't You Tell Me, where we can see Kanami playing with a brand new PRS 408 Fire Red Burst, borrowed from a guitarist amongst Band-Maid's staff. One thing for sure, Kanami fell in love with PRS guitars.
もうファーストタッチで、うわ弾きやすい、手に吸い付くってなって、で、音的にも特徴的なサウンドじゃないですか。私は特徴が欲しかったんですよね、バンドメイドに。ただ PRS ってしっかり弾かないとちゃんと鳴らないギターなので、今でも結構苦戦してるところがあるんですけど、でもこの PRS を使いこなせるようになったら、きっとどのギターでも使いこなせると思ったので PRS にしました。これだとなりました。直感だったと思います。音も弾き心地もこれがいい。でもしっかり弾かないと音が鳴らないみたいな。難しいけど、でもこれっていう感じでした。
Mincho comes from her username from the time she posted videos online, which was Kana Mincho. Incho is a suffix to give a cute feel to a name that usually ended with a vowel I. This is how Kanami chose the nickname Kana Mincho, then shortened into Mincho. It has been mentioned multiple times by the members that Kanami has a switch when she is playing guitar.
ライブお給仕の時に、ギターを持ってこうお給仕に臨むと、なんだかこう人格が変わるというか、少しオラオラ系になるみたいで、
急に変わって、すごいこうやってきました。
マジで？
このKanamiがギター持ってこうやってやってきますから。
急に小鳩のマイク奪ってちょっと話したりとかする時とかもあって。 コバとメンバーたちもすごいびっくりしちゃうみたいな時があります。
そんな身内もびっくりするぐらいなんだ。
でも打ち合わせとか全くなしで、い
つ出てくるかもわからない。その時はなんかトランス状態みたいな感じっぽくて、私何やってたっていうのがあって、今日はねシンバルをかかと落とししてたみたいな。
This moment can be seen when the camera is on Kanami right after a short pose. Kanami enters in Mincho mode to focus on her music. Sometimes, Mincho becomes out of control, and it looks like this.
She is so rock and roll. I thought they were joking about that.
ミンチョはじゃあ最初にサイちゃんに会った時の印象、ミンチョは
記憶あるとこからでいいよ。
記憶あるところが
今は記憶ないかもしれないからと
記憶があるところだとぶっちゃけるとあーちゃんが最初にサイちゃんサイちゃんのことを先にあーちゃんが会ってたから、多分かなみは嫌いなタイプの人だと思うって言われてた。
あったね。
結構それ言ってたのね最初。
そうだからすごいビクビクしながら会って、あ、この人かみたいな。でも話したらあれ普通に話せるってなって、どっちだってなって。
Since Kanami met with Saiki, she can't stop showing how much she loves and admires her. It started with the first music video of Don't You Tell Me, where the personality of each member is highlighted for the first time. Since then, she's always showing her support to Saiki during live performances.
私はすごくボーカルの最近のことが大好きなので、はい、一緒にアコースティックレコーディング。いいんだよ、そんなこと言わなくて。
いいでしょ。主敵？はい。主敵です。主敵です。さいちゃんとっても主敵です。ありがとう。
It's been something used by the members for years during MCs. Sometimes, those moments are very sweet. And sometimes, it gives us a memorable moment.
Kanami is Japanese hentai.
Saiki also likes to play this card with Kanami during songs for some funny stage interactions. One thing for sure, with these two on stage, you can expect a lot of emotions coming through their performance as they adore those special moments with just the two of them.
僕たちはきっと形にとらわれてばかりで言葉を探し迷うよりも今はただ抱きしめてもう一度だけ願うほどなんてこんなどうにも
I'm going to stop it there. I want to go back a little bit, and when she mentioned about that she's like hentai, the first time I heard that word was from my Japanese girlfriend when I lived back in the UK. We were just talking about some funny things, and she happened to say that, oh, you're hentai. And I was like, what's hentai? And she was like, oh, it's like pervert. And I thought, what? I was kind of not offended, but I was kind of shocked. You think I'm a pervert? And she was like, oh, no, I don't mean anything bad by it. And she kind of explained that hentai can be, it depends on the context of how you say it. It can mean like pervert in a bad way, but it also can be like pervert in like a cute or fun way. So it depends on how the word's used. Interesting. I don't know. I just thought of that just at the tail end of that song. They really do. You can see their connection together, can't you? It's really nice to have that connection. Cool.
Music has been a part of Kanami's life since her childhood, and even if her passion for the guitar started late, Kanami worked hard to master the instrument, songwriting, and song production. Since that moment, every decision she made helped shape the passionate guitarist that we know today. Always impressive when she's on stage with her ability to convey emotions through her guitar, Kanami has moved a lot of fans over the years. From a try-it-all to a do-it-all, Kanami always had the ambitions to break through the music industry. And by joining Band-Maid, she was able to improve her play, learn from professional songwriters, and pursue her dream. Thanks to her Band-Maid support, Kanami continued to write song after song until they were approved by the management. And since 2016, she is the genius who writes Band-Maid's music. Improving and evolving song after song, exploring new territories, challenging her bandmates and herself by making songs that sound good instead of being just easy to play.
でもとにかく音楽には一生関わっていたいなっていうメンバーたちなんですよ、一人一人が。だからそれこそこれから10年後にどうなっているかは正直わからないし、5年後だって見当もつかないんですけど、音楽では絶対つながっていたいって思うメンバーたちですね。もうこのバンド、このメンバーが大好きすぎて、このメンバーと離れるのが絶対嫌だって思うんです。この先も少し立ち止まるような時が来るかもしれないですけど、このメンバーたちに囲まれているからこそ自分は続けられているというか、続けることを目的に続けてきたわけじゃなくて、本当に気づいたら続けられていたっていう感じで入れているのは今のメンバーだからなんだなって思います。
Kanami's path has never been an easy one, but she managed to keep moving forward, destroying every obstacle in her way. Even when she is tired to the point of where she can't barely stand, Kanami will always give everything on stage with the biggest smile. She is a mixture of passion, energy, and joy, who is and always will be full of surprises. Kanami, the genius composer.
Wow, that brought tears to my eyes. Wow. Oh, stop. Wow. Well, first thing I want to say, what a fantastic documentary. I thoroughly enjoyed that from start to finish. And secondly, what can you say about this young lady? As I said before, there's lots of people who excel at something. They excel at the guitar or the drums or something. And they're kind of like one-off people that really excel on this. But there's very few people that excel in whatever they do, whatever they turn their hand to. And I get that impression with her. If she wasn't, you know, excelling at playing and composing the guitar, if she was doing something else, I don't know, whatever, I think she would excel at it. She's that type of person who puts all her energy and commitment and passion into whatever she does. And when I first saw this band together, I think I probably mentioned it in one of the first videos. What I thought made them kind of stand out was that connection the band's got together. And this shows their connection even more. And I think that really helps a band like live longer. Okay, friction in a band can work, but it tends to only work short term. In the end, you know, that friction in a song, as I say, can create passion and emotion, but then the band's probably not going to stay too long because they just irritate each other off stage. But this band is like a family, and I can see them going from strength to strength to strength. So yeah, that was very cool. And you can feel that last song, that hit me. You can feel the emotion in her playing. And it's not, I was going to say there's not many guitarists that I feel that way. But lately I've been feeling all of them, but there you go. Yeah, what more can I say? It's brilliant. Please, if you haven't done it already, go to Ohrenje's site, like and subscribe to his channel. And if you fancy it, then please like and subscribe to my channel as well. But do his first, because he's a genius. This is so good. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. I'm probably going to watch it again right after this, because there's probably many things I've missed. But that's normally when you see something for the first time. Anyway, I'm going to say ta-ta for now. Thanks for watching. Please comment. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Well, genius is the right word for her, I think.